Hey everybody, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show live from Cancun. Angel Tussey, Eric Raymer here, suffering on behalf of small businesses everywhere.
We are not suffering. We are having the time of our lives, and we are so excited to bring you our Mexico version of the Experience Pros Radio Show this morning. Of course, we are broadcasting live from the Dreams Puerto Aventura here in Mexico. It's our first time at this resort, of course, 4 years in a row, bringing the Experience Pros Radio Show down to Mexico, and it's kind of nice.
You know, there's something about, as you can see over our shoulders, there's something about bringing business people who in a normal setting, you know, we see them either at networking events or helping them grow their business in one way or another, but bringing them over here and having that kind of view, it makes it wow.
It is. You know, the palm trees and the ocean air blowing. It is my happy place. And I totally get filled up just from being in this space, getting out from the desk, out from in front of my computer, and just allowing my mind to start to work on all the things we cram into it. We cram all these thoughts, these ideas, right? We listen to podcasts, we're reading books, we're doing all this stuff, we're learning for our businesses, but we're just constantly on the go. And our subconscious is working on it in the background, but it's really nice when there's nothing else it has to work on. And you get some of the best ideas. We've got, of course, a group of business professionals here who are entrepreneurs who think the same way we do. So we get to have some really engaging conversations, things that are going to propel and move our business forward. So I think a lot of times people think that if you're going to go away and be on vacation, how productive is that really? Really, you need to be sitting in a classroom, or you need to be reading, or you need to be actively engaged in working and moving your business forward. But I will tell you, there is great power and great benefit. One, it's an incredible stress reliever.
Absolutely.
We completely underestimate how detrimental stress can be on our health, in our lives, in our businesses, in our relationships. Yeah. And so one, it's a complete stress reliever where you've got toes in the sand, a fun, fruity little cocktail drink with a fruit sticking out of it, people waiting on you. And so number one, your stress just drops. There's no place you have to be, nobody calling on you,
That's
nothing
right.
you need to do. All of that will wait until you get back into work mode. And when have you ever taken a vacation, Eric? Well, I don't know if I should ask you, should you? Because I know the kind of vacations you take.
I don't know.
But have you ever taken a vacation that you needed a vacation from your vacation? Like you come home and you feel like, oh my gosh, we never stopped. I didn't really get a break. I didn't have any rest. We never slept. We were just on the go the whole time. This is not the kind of vacation that you need to take a break from. You are able to come back from Mexico
completely refreshed, inspired, and springboarded into the next quarter.
And ready to go. It's pretty exciting. So,
hey, Sam, thanks very much. We appreciate it. Sam Palermo's saying hello.
Sam is my childhood friend from when we were 10 years old. We lived out in Mountain View, California together.
Absolutely.
And we've stayed connected on Facebook, which is pretty darn awesome.
Hi, Holly.
All right. Hi, guys. Isn't this just pretty darn beautiful here? We wish you were here. We do have a fun little crowd with us this morning. We're going to be featuring them. We're going to be featuring some of the staff here from this particular Dreams Resort, talking about customer service and taking care of people. And then make sure that you tune in later on this afternoon when we kick off our Super Power Boost podcast going on at noon this morning that we're going to do for
It's 11 your time.
Oh, is that 11 their time?
11 your time.
We're going to kickstart our weekly Mastermind Power Boost. That is going to be that inspiration, talks about the headspace, our head trash, things we think about, things we talk about, because our thoughts become our words and our words become our actions. And we want to make sure that we are not holding ourselves back. And so we'll do that as a separate little power boost. But right now, this morning, we're just doing the Experience Pros Radio Show for y'all.
Well, and we talk an awful lot about the benefits of being more productive and whatnot. Angel, I did a little research on the benefits of taking vacations.
You did.
I did, and you already mentioned the first one, and that's stress relief, right? Mm-hmm. To be able to just kind of downsize the stress. I wear it right here, apparently, and it's man, I know there are other people who get that, the stress that builds up in your shoulders. can just tighten you up and be in a knot. But there's a couple of other cool things that happen when you take a vacation. Your heart health is actually improved. Heart disease prevention is scientifically tied to taking vacations.
I did not know that.
Did not make it up. I got it straight out of the internet.
So it must be true. It must be true.
Absolutely. Now, you're less likely, 30% less likely to suffer a heart attack if you take regular time off and get away. So that's cool. The next thing is improved productivity. We spend a lot of time on the Experience Pros radio show talking about tips for productivity. And, you usually get the obvious benefits, right? Or the obvious tips that you're supposed to do in order to increase your productivity. Turn off your notifications, read your email on a schedule, the things that we talk about regularly.
Yeah, what more are those? I'm just curious how often you pay attention to that.
I pay attention all the time.
He's like, I only remember, we talk about those.
We rarely talk about vacations being the reliever of stress or increaser of productivity. But we should, because that's what it says on the internet.
On the internet.
And then finally, and this is kind of important for me, is you get better sleep. I think when you're away, especially if you're away in a tropical place like we are here today, the ocean, the sound of the waves hitting the sand, it's beautiful. Now, the birds, and I don't know if you can hear them in our background, the birds that start at exactly 5:55 a.m.
It sounds like you've been at the zoo when you go to the rainforest area in the zoo. The sounds I think they pipe them in. Maybe they're actually legitimate sounds, but they have them here. I feel like we're staying in a rainforest here. We've got those birds going off all day long, and then there's dolphin sounds because we're at a dolphinarium. They've got the dolphin aquarium behind us, and so you can hear the dolphins during the day as well. And so all these, jungle sounds. So you feel like you're in the midst of the jungle, but you're not really. Absolutely.
So I just thought you'd be impressed that I went and did a little research on my own.
On the internet. So yesterday I got to do something I'd never done before. They have this little sample of scuba diving where you get to put on all the apparatus, the scuba gear and all that, and go down in the pool. Have you ever scuba?
I have unofficially. It wasn't like a lesson like you took. It was me and the buddy.
Well, this was just kind of like me and a buddy, a gal. She wasn't like a lesson. But my husband did it, and Jay is like a fish to water. So the guy's got incredible lung capacity. He dives. He can hold his breath underwater. He loves being underwater. I'm not a big underwater person. So he's down there, and he's like scuba diving all around the pool. And then it was my turn. And I put my little mask on, and I go down underwater. And about a minute later, I come up. I'm like, there's water in my mask. And she says, "No, Angel, there's no water in your mask. You're good." You're good.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, and even if there is, you just kind of do this little thing. I'm like, all right. So
what else can I say to get this thing off of my back?
So go down again, down for about another minute or two, and I come back up. I'm like, you know what? It's all good. I think I'm done.
But you stayed down for a minute or two.
That's
cool. The regulator was working.
It was, but it was just the whole idea of I'm under the water and I'm breathing.
Some people get claustrophobic.
I've never done that before. I've never been. I could just do that. And she's like, you can do it. She was super sweet. She's like, she'll hold my hand. She took me around the corner so I could finish off the whole little thing. And Jay later, he's like, Andy, you got about half of as much as I did. I'm like, but I did it. I was under
You can check that off the bucket list. It's done. What else do you need?
Do that again. I tried it.
Yeah.
I tried it. But we're having fun. They have all sorts of fun little activities and, for us to do entertainment at night and activities all during the day. So they're keeping us as occupied as we want to be. Getting ready to go do yoga on the beach, which is pretty. What do you mean no?
What?
You won't do yoga with me?
No.
Why not?
Yoga rhymes with noga. No.
You could use some yoga. Give him some love. Give him some love. Like if you think that Eric should try some yoga. Right? he's got some neck issues. He's got some strain. I think he could use a little yoga.
You know, last time I did the downward dog, it was ugly, and so I'm just not sure anybody wants to hit that gong.
All right. Well, let's get some of our guests here on the show. We'd love to feature them for you, so you can see a couple of folks who are with us talking about customer service, talking about growing their business. And so, out of my little peanut gallery here, who wants to go first? Because I didn't do a little sign up.
All right.
I think Phil.
Come on, Phil.
Phil, you're up.
I'm up.
Go sit right there, brother.
Right.
Good morning. It's terrible here in paradise.
It is terrible.
Phil, you're going to have to forgive me. I don't know how to properly pronounce your last name, so please.
Schwartz.
That's my wife's last name. Okay, so it rhymes with ceramic. Cernanic.
Cernanic. All right.
It rhymes with ceramic. I will remember that.
Now we'll know.
Cernanic, because I always put the wrong. I'm like, yeah. Anyways, I do it wrong. All right, Phil. Tell our listeners just a little bit of background. Who you are.
Let's see. I'm on city council in the city of Littleton, and along with that comes a few pieces where I volunteer my time in addition, a couple of state advisory committees, a couple of national advisory committees, and then I chair the Area Agency on Aging for the 8 counties in the Denver metro area.
And he was the mayor.
Wow.
God, why don't you say that?
World-class cyclist.
And a world-class cyclist.
Yes. Even your husband and I have gotten out and ridden bikes together. So, and my wife does as well. So,
very nice.
That's a lot of fun.
And I have to tell you, we have to just give a little plug for safe cycling, because my dear friend Phil was actually hit by a car while cycling. Now, he's okay. But,
yes.
But
did you die?
No, I did not.
Right.
But it was a very interesting experience. And one of the things, as far as bike safety is concerned, is whenever you come to an intersection and there's folks in larger vehicles than your bicycle, it's very nice to make sure you make eye contact. And my mistake was I thought I had made eye contact, but there was glare across the windshield. And even though someone had slowed down, it appeared they were going to stop, they still went through the intersection.
So no eye contact meant bike contact.
Yeah, just be careful out there, folks. It is if you can get on the trails, so much the better. It's a risky.
It is a risky
sport.
I'll tell you what, my husband met a transplant surgeon years ago, and he said something freaked the bejeebies out of me. But he said, I love cyclists because you guys are our best resource, because if you get hit, you are super healthy, your organs are in great shape, but you don't survive if you get hit by a car. And so I just thought that was the freakiest thing to tell a wife whose husband cycled.
But you are in great shape. You're here in Cancun.
Yes.
And so what are you hoping to get out of the next couple of days here in the surf sand and sand?
Well, actually, this is one of the time frames that we're really just looking to relax, Eric.
Yes.
It's one of those where it's kickback and we have some opportunities to get to the hydro treatments at the spa here, as well as we're thinking about some snorkeling. And one of the things I like is the resort here has the opportunity to take out a sailboat.
Yeah.
And we have a chance to do that. I learned how to sail north of the Mason-Dixon, where the spray, when it comes over the bow, is
cold.
Frigid.
Yeah, sure.
But I will tell you, when the spray comes over the bow here, it is just wonderful, and it's like, give me more.
Yeah, we like that.
The hydrotherapy you're mentioning, is that the little fish that eat?
No, I'm not. No.
Your feet?
We did that in Thailand, but and they don't really eat your feet. What they do is they nibble at your
I don't have bacteria.
Foliage, that
I don't have foliage.
Yes, you do. I can see you have hairy legs there, Eric. I'm sorry. I told on you.
I thought we could be friends.
They start out little bitty fishies, and then Eric comes in, and then they're like big fishies.
I did not make that comment, Eric. That was not me. So.
All right.
Okay, so customer service. We're going to talk a little bit about customer service, because that's one of the things that is a driver for us to come back to the Dreams properties,
right,
is their level of customer service and how they train their staff and take care of people. You work for the council, the city.
Yeah, you're in the public service of service.
Yes. And, everyone loves to just deal with government, don't they?
Most favorite, right? We want in lines. We want to fill out more paperwork.
Well, and one of the things that I tell folks around customer service, and it was something that's part of my consulting background as well, is put yourself in their shoes. Be in a position to kind of say, how can this experience be different, or what would be one of those things that actually gives me kind of some excitement in that. One of the things we've done at the city level is we've combined our codes and inspections, so that if someone is making some change in their home or their business location and they want to go through that permitting process, both the inspection and the permit processes are co-located. So that it's a bit of a one-stop shop, and it's actually the first desk that you're going to see if you come into City Center.
Did it not used to be like that?
No, it was actually one of those where you bounced in between, okay, what are the rules? How do I get compliance with those rules?
Right.
What are the rules? How do I get compliance with those rules? And folks would bounce back and forth. And now by having them co-located, it becomes much more of a predictable process, and one where all the questions get answered at the same desk, not necessarily with the same person. We actually have the codes and inspections folks co-located so that that answer can be dealt with in the same location.
All right.
Excellent.
Very
Excellent.
cool.
Okay, so that is it. I mean, it does bring up, is that important? I think sometimes we think as government offices, there's often a mindset of
monopoly,
right? Like you have no choice. Like this is what it is, and so we don't. Where else are you going to go?
Well, it's that little bit of aspect of this is the way we've always done it, and having those isolated towers of responsibility, folks are able to develop those professional qualifications that they need. Folks that are involved in inspections, or folks that are familiar with the ordinances that are there and what the criteria is. And boy, they have to go through quite a bit. And inspections and permitting process is one of those things that folks don't understand. It's like, hey, it's my property. I should be able to do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the combination of the codes and inspections is actually meant to make it a safer environment, not just for you, but who else might be there. And if you're dealing with a homeowner, it's someone that buys that property in the future. How do they know that standards have been met and addressed? And it doesn't happen all the time, but folks will actually say, it was kind of nice that we had the inspectors there because they kept my contractor on task.
Right.
Nice.
And we know that it's actually safer for us. And so it's this combination of folks sometimes say, are you getting in the way? As opposed to, hey, you've been actually helpful.
Right. Well, we are grateful for your service, both at the local, the state, and the federal level. I know that you're working on the national projects. You said a couple of those boards, right?
Yes.
So we're grateful for that. And as I was talking to another gentleman here earlier, I think that people who put themselves into the public service, regardless of what color they are, right? And I'm talking about red or blue, right?
No, usually there's a big target.
Yeah, there is that too, but I believe that they go into it with the honest intent to help the great masses of people. And
we can have a very long discussion about folks and their motivations around that.
I'm sure that's true.
I prefer, some folks will use that term politician, and I prefer the term citizen servant.
There you go.
Because it's really one of those where getting out and talking with folks, and I'm one of those folks that do have town halls and actually interface with folks. And quite honestly, Eric and Angel, if anyone does call me and they're a constituent or someone that lives in Littleton, I'll turn around and say, hey, let's have a cup of coffee together. And if I know them a little bit better, it might be over happy hour.
There you go. All right. Yeah. I love coffee over happy hour.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, Phil Cernanek.
Yes.
Phil Cernanek, thanks so much for being with us. We'll get more from Phil tomorrow as well, right? Well, enjoy your hydrotherapy today.
Okay, well, thank you. Enjoy.
All right. Angel, it's a time that maybe we should throw out a little bit of a contest, a participation contest.
Okay.
Our friends over at Nyland's Collision Center have said that we are allowed to give away a shirt, much like the one I'm wearing today, that is found in the gift store here.
Did you get that in the gift store here?
No, but a shirt much like this shirt, we're going to purchase on behalf of Nyland's Collision Center for the very first person who gives us a shout out right now on the live video.
Oh, the very first person. Well, wait a minute. Do we want a shirt or got these incredible beach cover-ups that you can only get from
next time.
Mexico. Oh, next time.
Yes.
Oh, next time.
Yes.
Oh, and Brooke is like, wait a minute, I'll jump on that.
Those cover-ups are good, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
Just give us a shout out on the video. Just
on the
let us
Facebook
know that
Live.
you're listening.
And you will win a prize courtesy of Nyland's Collision Center.
Absolutely.
All right, John Boyle, come on down. You're the next contestant on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm quite well.
Yeah? Enjoying your little siesta in Mexico?
He looks
Very
relaxed. I think we should all relax.
He's very relaxed. Look at him. He's like so relaxed. All right, John, introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, everyone. My name is John Boyle. I own and operate Rocky Mountain Wealth Architects. We help design the structural integrity of your financial future. So we specialize really in 4 areas: accounting, taxation, financial planning, and wealth management.
Excellent. Wealth management is vacationing more on many of your clients' bucket lists?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, vacation tends to be one of the main objectives for retirees.
That's why you got into business, so you could get out of business and go on vacation, right?
Got to reap the fruits of your labor.
Now, this is you've not taken a whole lot of vacations in the last few years.
No.
What was before this? Where was the last time you vacationed?
Oh, goodness. Long Beach.
Long Beach.
Yeah.
All right. What was there an occasion, or was it just a vacation? Look, I'm like asking the hard questions.
I had a girlfriend 8 years ago, and we flew out there to visit her father.
Okay. Nice. Long Beach is great. It's beautiful. Did you spend time at the beach? Much time?
Absolutely.
All right. All right. So you've been with us for a few days now. What's your favorite part so far?
Alcohol. It always,
some beach somewhere.
It always does wonders to shut down the mind.
Right. Absolutely. Get to relax. Have you had any epiphanies or any thoughts yet about any changes in your business? Not yet.
Really, just been reading a sales customer service book, specifically for my industry, and so just rethinking the lines of service that I provide, additional lines of service, offering client events and such, and how I manage those client relationships.
You know, we had a great conversation, John, yesterday morning over coffee about the customer experience in the world of financial services. And I think you really have the idea kind of honed in. Do you remember the example that you gave that you were getting ready to launch? You were working on something. I'm trying to remember what it was.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's all right.
Honestly.
It could have been
alcohol.
Could have been the alcohol.
Yeah.
But no, you know, you really do care about your customers, your clients, and their experience. And so from start to finish, the way you address their needs, I've learned a lot about your business even the last few days, and it's significant.
Yeah, absolutely. I make sure everything that I do, all my different lines of service, I provide a consistent process, which provides a consistent, high-quality experience.
Mm-hmm.
Processes, I think a lot of times people forget how important processes are when it comes to customer service. And we think it's just people and it's just the relationships, but the processes keep it consistent.
You bet.
So that everybody has that same experience every single time. You don't lose people through the cracks, miscommunication and all of that. And I think a lot of times process is underestimated in that customer service realm. Do you find that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I have a number of different catches to ensure that those processes are met start to finish for all of my clients. I use some project management software that I can track all of my tasks for preparation. I have a consistent agenda structure to my agendas for each phase of my processes, meetings with clients, and so on.
That was what we were talking about. It was the way that you customize the software in order to project not just the information that would normally be given, but going up above and beyond to give percentages, margins, and other things. All of which, I said to you, your flash sheet of KPIs is only as good as the numbers and information that it provides. and you provide more information than the standard. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So with respect to accounting, probably about half the clients that I take on, their former accountant hadn't even reconciled their books against their bank statements, meaning that the financial statements, the financial reports produced by the bookkeeping are not in alignment with factual reality. And so end up having to clean a lot of that up. And we have processes to complete the bank reconciliation actually weekly. But then we also have a process when we onboard new clients to structure their financial reports to build in those extra KPIs. So we use a software called Zero, which so I learned on QuickBooks, and I transitioned my business to Zero back in March of last year. And the reason I made that transition is on two levels. First of all, it's more administratively efficient than QuickBooks. And then secondly, I can produce higher quality financial reports. Instead of like just showing the gross profit, I can show the gross profit margin percentage, the operating profit margin percentage. I can drill down into like the working capital, the current ratio, short-term, long-term debt to capital,
and
so on.
Each piece of information along those lines helps your clients make better educated decisions about the way in which they decide to not just spend, but receive their income as well.
Absolutely.
John, we love having you here. Give some contact information if people want to connect with you.
My website is RockyMountainWealth.com. My email address is jb@RockyMountainWealth.com. And my phone number is 720-724-7448.
Fantastic.
All right, John, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
All right. Our friends from the hotel are here.
Oh, our friends from the hotel are here. Well, we are Eric and Angel from the Experience Pros Radio Show, broadcasting live to you from the Dreams Puerto Aventuras, which is our 4th year in a row coming back to the Dreams property. And of course, it's a big piece of that is because of the quality of service, the way the people treat us when we are here. They have been trained. Everybody is just incredibly forthcoming and giving. And even this morning, and here's just a one little piece of example, though I could give dozens of examples. But this morning, knowing that we're going to be broadcasting out here this morning, of course, they brought us all sorts of goodies, a little tray of cookies and coffees and fun little fruity drinks. And they said, and there's no alcohol because we know you're working. And so God bless them for knowing I didn't need a cocktail at 8 o'clock this morning. But they just think of all the little details. And they go above and beyond. And so we are so proud to bring the Experience Pros group to the Dreams brand every single year. So who do we have up first? Oh, we have Ingrid. Come on in, Ingrid.
Por favor.
So I'll have you sit here, Ingrid. Now, Ingrid is charming. She is absolutely charming. She's also a little bit shy. So we're going to be super, super sweet to Ingrid. Ingrid, introduce yourself. Tell us what you do here at Dreams.
Okay, hi, good morning to everybody. Well, my name is Ingrid Cepeda. I'm the chief concierge here at Dreams Puerto Aventuras. And when I'm in charge of all the guests, I'm trying all of them to be happy, enjoy their stay, and that's our main goal. So they can feel safety, they can feel in a comfortable environment, and they can feel as home.
Well, Ingrid, you are obviously doing a fantastic job because everyone is happy and everybody is just enjoying every facet of the hotel, the adventures, the dolphins, the beach. It's beautiful. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Ingrid, how long have you been with the Dreams properties?
Well, 4 years and a half. This is actually the first job that I have here in the hotellery. I started as a concierge. I worked 2 years and 3 months as a concierge, and then they promoted me as a chief concierge. And actually, like 3 days ago, I have like 2 years as a chief concierge now.
Wow, congratulations. 2 years as the chief concierge.
Absolutely.
So to become the chief concierge, what do they look for? What did you have to do to provide to get that status?
Well, I think that the first thing is like empathy. I think that's one of the first things that they look for, that we can walk in the shoes of our guests, and also while being smiling all the time. Hearing, it's really good that you learn to hear your guests and also understand what they're saying and be caring for everybody, I think. And obviously to work under pressure. That's something else.
Sure. But empathy, hearing, listening, and then and caring are some of the core values that we have seen at every Dreams Resort that we've ever gone to. And it is, it's obviously being replicated here. So, Chief Concierge, what's next? General Manager?
Well, maybe in several years.
2 more years. 2 more years.
Well, right now I'm trying to do a training with the rooms division manager. He already presented the program, so I just need to work a little bit on this year. But right now I'm trying to work in my concierge to make them also chief concierge in this property, maybe when I grow, or other properties.
Yes.
So training up the whole team for that level of service.
So important.
I love that, Ingrid. Now, Ingrid, not everybody, there's a lot of different people who come from all over the world, lots of different languages. Do you speak multiple languages?
No, well, I'm trying to learn French. I took French classes in high school.
Me too.
But then I stopped, practicing, and then I'm trying to practice again a little bit more French. But basically, it's on Spanish and English. So basically, like 95% of our guests speak English. So
that works out. That works out. Well, your English is beautiful. You've been very helpful helping us get all of our needs set up and taken care of. What's your favorite part? What's your favorite part of taking care of people?
Well, my favorite part is that I've been like I like first to get to know other people from other cultures. I actually have a lot of friends that they used to be guests and now they are my friends. So it's nice to see them coming back like repetitive guests, and they're really nice. But some other part that I love on my job is to see all the people coming here to Mexico and learn about our culture. And sometimes we have like a bad news outside, but when they come here, they see the beautiful part of Mexico, the beautiful part of our people, and that's what I love.
That's what you love, right? Yeah, it's not always what you read about on the news or hear on the news.
Almost never.
Exactly.
We love the Mexican people, and they've always been so nice and so gracious. Everywhere
and
that we've
hardworking.
gone. Yes.
You work so hard, and it is our pleasure. We just feel so humbled to be so taken care of. So thank you so much, Ingrid.
No, thank you so much for being here.
Muchas gracias. Ingrid, folks. Okay, gracias.
Gracias, Ingrid. Okay, we have, who do we have? Carlos? Carlos Campos. Come on down, Carlos.
How you doing?
Carlos.
Morning.
Muy bien.
Good morning.
Girl, how you doing?
Oh, fabulous. All right, well, again, we're
Difficult
Arrogant
after
Angel.
Ingrid. She was like in a Miss Universe.
She is Miss
Very
Universe.
fluid answering the questions. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. She does this all the time,
Yeah.
right? She's on our side gig. She's a radio star.
Carlos, tell us what is your role here at Puerto Rico?
Well, my role, I'm the entertainment manager. And basically is to have fun.
Have fun.
Have fun. And the people have fun. That's, I would say that would be my duty. That people have a good experience, but specifically about entertaining. Like having fun all day long. From as soon as they wake up. For example, now you're watching yoga.
I know, yoga.
At the
In fact,
gazebo.
we're going to, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go take
We're
the
gonna
next
have another
class.
lesson. So from the very first moment the guest wakes up to the moment that they're gonna go to sleep, they have fun. That will be basically my job and the job of my staff.
How do you become the event manager at a resort? I mean, what did you have to do to qualify?
Beach volleyball.
Bingo
Being
games?
good at beach volleyball and doing the good water aerobics back
Yes.
then. No, I started like 14 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, more or less. And I will say that. I always say that to
You were
the
a
people that
child.
want. Well, not that much. I was 20 years old back then. But I would say this to the staff that work with me is like entertainment is a lifestyle. No, so if you don't enjoy this lifestyle, you're not gonna have success. But if you really enjoy to wake up and try to make an experience to the guests and try to make them smile and laughter and everything like that, of course you're gonna have success. And at the very first moment I arrived to a resort, back then I didn't knew that there was all-inclusive resort. No? But I arrived to one resort and I say, this is gonna be actually my job. Be all day long
Right.
on the beach, getting 10 known people,
Beautiful people surrounding you.
yeah. And I fall in love to the job right away.
Wow. Okay, so how do you keep it fresh, or how do you? Because I know, I mean, every night it's different entertainment. You've got different activities all through the day. How often do you change that up?
Well, I would say that actually you guys, the guests, keep us fresh because probably for us it is the same every week, but for you it's different.
Yeah.
And the energy that every single guest brings to the resort is the energy that actually keep us going, because for you it's something new. And the same way that you see a show is not gonna be the same way that you. So probably from your reaction, I'm gonna get more energy because probably you're gonna enjoy it that much that I would say, yeah, you're right. It's so good. No? Maybe I have seen it like for, I don't know, like 100 of times, but for you it's new, and you're gonna give me that energy. That's how everybody here at the resort will keep it fresh.
Okay, so tonight is the Fire and Water Show. Tell me
The
about
fire
that.
show. It's gonna be right here at the beach
fire
area,
show.
of course, because indoors that would be
bad.
dangerous. But yeah, it's an amazing show. Probably it's I would say best or the second best that we have here at the resort, and it's great because you have a great experience between being outdoors.
Yes.
Everybody here in the Riviera, everybody at the vacation wants to be outdoors.
Yeah.
And you got the experience of a great show, great music, great performances, and great acrobatics. It's going to be right here at the beach, 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. All right.
And then we're going to have a tribute to the Beatles. Everybody loves this
To the
tribute.
Beatles.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's very nice. It's going to be at the lobby. Everybody loves Beatles,
Is
right?
Yes,
it
everybody loves
the
Beatles.
Mayan Beatles?
No. It's it's more or less.
I've seen those Beatles. They're huge.
The bass player is a little he's from the area, but no, it's really cool.
Good.
Everybody enjoys it.
Okay, so why would people want to come here? Tell people why they would want to come and book their next vacation here.
Well, it's very easy because you're gonna have a blast here at Dreams Portaventuras. It's if the Mayan Riviera is beautiful, being at Dreams Portaventuras is even better experience and even more beautiful. You have seen it, guys. This resort is so cozy that actually you feel like home.
Yeah.
You know? And it's very difficult to get that in the Riviera because nowadays there's new developments.
Like commercial.
As big is the better. No, so this resort is it's like it has the exact size that you and your family are gonna have a great time. It's very cozy. Everybody, the service is amazing, and of course, the entertainment is amazing. So that's why you're gonna have a lot of fun here at Dreams Portaventuras, definitely.
I love that. I love this. Carlos, thank you
No,
so
thank
much.
you for having me.
We love it. We'll be back.
Perfect.
Always. We just
Perfect.
love it.
Hello, everybody over there.
Say hi, Carlos.
Where are they seeing us from?
All over.
All over the world.
All over.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is feeding straight to Facebook right now.
That's great.
So,
That's great.
mhm.
Well, this is your home. This is su casa.
Su casa.
Su
In fact,
casa.
when you first arrive, you are greeted with the phrase "Welcome home."
That's
They
right.
give you the
And a
little,
glass of champagne.
a glass of champagne and the towels, and yes, and they say "Welcome home."
That's
So
exactly how you want. How
Yeah.
you want us to feel.
we do feel like
Home.
that, Carlos.
Thank you very much.
Muchas
Gracias.
gracias, señor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. All right. Well, that's just two of the staff here at the Dreams here in the Riviera Maya, and it is the water is beautiful, the service, and I like the way that he said it. It is cozy. One of the
Yes.
reasons we went back to the Dream Sands 2 years in a row was because of the people. They do want you to feel familiar,
Right.
and they do remember you, and they take really good care of you.
And as Ingrid said, some of the clients become friends, and we connect with them. I chat with many of the people in Cancun regularly to this day.
Wow, I
So-
love that. I love that. Okay, so we actually have a couple more people, but I think what we're going to do, if that's okay with you, Brooke and Kathy, is if we cut this off for today, because I've got to go get over to my yoga class.
Absolutely. But before we do, we want to give that away. Nyland's Collision Center was sponsoring a gift, and we're going to award that gift to Ann Hogan.
Oh, but she wants the beach cover up.
Oh,
She wants
all
the beach
right.
cover up.
All right. So that courtesy of Nyland's Collision Center. If you've got a ding, a dent, a dang, or an oh my on your car, make sure you check out nylandscollision.com.
All right, and then tomorrow we'll give away the shirt to a boy.
if the boy responds.
I know today, what do we have? Holly right there, Sam, Samantha, and yeah, so we've got girls hanging out with us today, right? They see a pretty beach, and yeah, and the ladies, the gentlemen that they hire here, let me just tell you, easy on the eyes. I'll just say that.
All right. Well, we're grateful for you tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's do it again tomorrow, same time. And don't forget, at 11 o'clock your time, that's just a little while from now, we will broadcast our very first ever Breakthrough Power Boost. And we're excited about bringing that to you. It is for the most important 6 inches of your business. Right between
there.
Your ears.
Right there in your head. Yes. We're excited to do that for you. So this was the Experience Pros Radio Show, broadcasting to you live from the Dreams Puerto Aventuras. Tomorrow we will do the same thing, and we are so excited to bring you all of our fabulous guests, more business professionals tomorrow. Thank you so much. Oh, she says, now I have to go to the beach. Yes, you do. And I know a great little spot that you can make a fabulous little reservation.
Absolutely. All right, gang. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at 11 o'clock right here on Facebook.
Nice job.